Hello, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel at Eric Merritt Sells Easy Real Estate, Realtor of HomeSmart of Northeast Mesa. This is our second Southeast Gilbert and Communities Market Update video for June 2021, and it includes the communities of Avonlea, Highland 5, Pecos Park, Santan Ranch, and Power Ranch. So we're going to go into 4 different parts of this video. The first part will be the market data for each of these neighborhoods in Southeast Gilbert, how many homes were sold, what the sales price to list price ratio was for each neighborhood in Southeast Gilbert, and the average sales price, and then the highest and lowest that were sold. Then the second part is going to go into the high and low pictures and what they did sell for in their data. And there's a link that you can copy and paste and put on your phone or your desktop, and you'll be able to have access to all the pictures and the listing information for that. The third part is a new component that I put in. You'll be able to see the sales price to list price ratios for all categories throughout the whole Phoenix area, from 150 to 300,000 on mobile homes, to all the way from single family homes from 250 to 350, 350 to 500,000, 500 to 750, 750 to a million, and 1 to 2 million, all the way up to 5 million, which goes down to 94.1% of list price. And then the last part will be the synopsis of the Metro Phoenix area, how many were active on June 14th versus how many closed at last month. And then you'll also see the Crawford Market demand index numbers are all dropping slightly. And then you'll see all the East Valley cities comparing May of 2021 versus a year ago, May 2020. And we have some very big increases to show you in annual appreciation. So without further ado, please go ahead and like and subscribe and share this video with anyone that you may know that's thinking of moving out here, or if you may think of selling in the near future, whatever, please give us a call, 480-999-6061. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll get this video started. So now we are starting into the neighborhood data stuff. Southeast Gilbert had 242 homes that sold, 4 less than in April, 18 days on market, 103.7% of list price is what the sales price was. The monthly inventory supply staying the same, 0.31 versus 0.30. That's only 9-day supply of inventory. Highest sold was 2.8 million, lowest was 340,000. And the average sales price is the first time that I've ever seen Southeast Gilbert go over 600,000 in average sales price. In all the years I've been collecting this data, $602,026. 74 were active on June 8th, and Avonlea Highland 5, 3 sold last month at 107% of list price. The reason that it's only 1 month, there's only 3 active right now and 3 sold. So that means 1 month supply, but that can quickly change because the numbers are so low. The highest sold was 632,800. The lowest was 473, and the average sales price was 549,267. 3 were active on June 8th. Pecos Park was 1 sold last month in May versus 2 in April. 1 day on the market, 106% of list price. Same thing here, you have 1 divided by 1 is 1 month of supply. So it's not really a true gauge because there's not enough numbers. That's why I like to use Southeast Gilbert, because it's a much bigger data set that's more consistent. Highest sold in Pecos Park was 476, the only one that sold. Power Ranch had 28 homes that sold, 3 more than in April. So April was 25. 16 days on market, 102.7% of list price, 0.29 versus 0.32. And monthly rate of absorption, 900,000 was the highest sold. Sooner or later, Power Ranch is going to have $1 million listing. It's either going to be a T.W. Lewis home or it's going to be a Toll Brothers home in the southeast part of Power Ranch. Lowest sold 340,000. The average sales price was 515, 625. 16 were active on June 8th. Santan Ranch had 15 homes that sold last month. That's a very big number for Santan Ranch. 7 more than the month before. 10 days on market, 105.9% of list price. So you have a $400,000 home, 24,000 over list. That's 6%. 0.20. That's only 6 days of market, 6 days of inventory, really. 586,000 was the highest sold. The lowest was 370,000, and the average sales price was 485.67. 3 were only active on June 8th. That was it. Now we go to the highs and lows. Southeast Gilbert has this one. It was around Greenfield, 2.8 million, 78 days on market, 94.9%. The lowest in Southeast Gilbert was 340 one day, 107, nearly 108% of list price. The one in Avonlea was a single story, 2485, 632,800, 23 days, nearly 100% of list price. And there was a 1760 single story on the south part of Avonlea, sold for 473. I remember when I got started as a realtor 5 years ago, they were like 260, 270. So take that into account. 4 days on the market, 107.5% sales price to list price ratio. There was one in Pecos Park that sold. There was a Centex in the west part of Pecos Park, 476 one day, 106% of list price. It's the only one that sold. Well, I should say the only one sold in Pecos Park, excuse me, right there. Power Ranch, the highest that sold was 900,000. It was a T.W. Lewis home with a basement, owned by a realtor, by the way. 10 days on market, full price offer. Lowest that sold in Power Ranch was 340,000, 19 days, 100%, 1684 square foot, 2-story Richmond American home. Santan Ranch, this is the highest that sold. There was a Morrison home, 586,000. 6 days on market, a whopping 118.3, nearly 120% of list price, guys. It's almost 20% over. That's crazy, very high. So the lowest that sold was 370,000. 3 days, 108.8% of list price, 1325 square foot, Richmond American home. This home in Santan Ranch also was like 220, 230 when I got started as a realtor 5 years ago. Just to show you what's happening. So now we're going to go to, this is a new component that I've put in. I don't know if I'll do it again for next month, but I wanted to do this more for a client to show, even on mobile homes, the sales price to list price ratio is nearly 100%, 99.9. There's condos and townhomes right here. So you'll see that single family homes right here, 250 to 350 is 103.8%. And then until you get to $1 million, it stays over 100%. When you get to $1 million, it starts to finally drop off below 100%, all the way down to 5 million and up. It's 94.1% of list price. And then the next slide we have is, this is the most important part. If you're a buyer, you need to look at this. You need to know in mobile homes, or if you're into mobile homes, from 150 to 300, 191 sold in the whole Phoenix metro area. 36 were FHA, only 36. You would expect a lot more than that, right? Conventional was 69, 42 were sold cash. Condos and townhomes, 150 to 300,000, 688 sold. 47 were FHA, 425 were conventional, and 140 were cash. So that's less than 10% were sold FHA. Condos. Single family homes, 250 to 350, 2,271 were sold throughout the whole Phoenix area. 1,000 were sold conventional, 589 cash, 386 FHA. So figure that ratio out. That's like 15, 16, 17% of all single family homes in that price range were sold FHA. So I strongly suggest that you get, if you're a home buyer, first-time home buyer, you need to do anything you can to get prepared to go conventional. And I can help you with that. There's 3% down conventional programs, and there's also Home Plus conventional, and there's Home Ready and Home Possible that can definitely help as well. There are some restrictions to that, but I have a video that talks about home ready and home possible in a separate video. Single family, 500 to 750, 955 conventional, 258 cash out of 1,396. And then we get past $1 million, and then you can see that, you know, if 5 million and up, there's only one sold on a mortgage and 10 were sold cash. So you expect those type of homes in the million, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 million and up range to be sold much more cash than on a mortgage for sure. Now we're going to the last. This is our synopsis. And this is for the whole Phoenix metro area. We had 8,037 on September 30th, 8,828 active on October 18th, and then we dropped to 5,385, which is what I said in the last video. And we had lots of buyers come in from out of state to push the inventory down so far. And we actually had record selling here, but our inventory never went over 5,000 units until June 14th. We have this month, in the last week and a half, we have stayed over 5,000 active, so we're on a trend that way. It's a little bit of a relief for buyers, but not too much. Sellers still have a tremendous advantage over buyers. So we're a long ways from having a month's supply. If we had an even month supply, this number would be 9670 active versus what is closed. Or it would be a 1-to-1 ratio, not, you know, 0.58. So at least it's going up in the right direction to get some more balance, even though we are far from a balanced market for sure. This is a Cromford Market Report Index. You can see all these numbers are going downward trend in market demand throughout the whole Phoenix area. To have a perfectly balanced market, it is going to be 100. So even PV, Paradise Valley, is at 347.9. That's still way higher than what a balanced market should be. This is the whole East Valley. I'm not going to go into every city, but I'm just going to touch on some highlights here. Southeast Gilbert had only 4 less transactions in the month before, and Southeast Gilbert for the first time went over 600,000, 602.26 versus 428,217 from a year ago. That is a 40.6% increase in appreciation, guys. That's a lot. And Santan Valley was at 40.3%. Northeast Mesa was at 38.5% average annual increase comparing May 2020 to May 2021. Gold Canyon had the highest at 65%, from 361,478 to 596,485. That is huge, absolutely huge. So those are the highlights on what has happened throughout the whole East Valley. If you find this video interesting and very informative, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and help us build this channel out. And it'll help you get more educated and stay on top of what's going on. And I promise you, we will have some educational videos after these market update videos are posted, and some community videos as well. Take this information to heart and just stay on top of what's going on. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great and marvelous day.